Approximately 11:30 last night, there's a major earthquake, as you know, around the Jakarta area. We've had reports of major damage right throughout the city. There's at least 20,000 people displaced, and we're expecting thousands of people who have been injured or killed. Predominantly we're about search and rescue, and that is identifying and saving and retrieving live patients. That's our primary purpose, which is why we've been deployed for 14 days. There are other roles that we can do down the track, but the number one thing is about saving life. Yeah, the Urban Search and Rescue Task Force is multi-agency. It's made up of serving firefighters, ambulance officers, paramedics, doctors, engineers, canine handlers, and all are trained up with not just working in collapsed building scenarios, but they're trained up to be working in austere environments.
Indonesia has requested international assistance for search and rescue operations and has indicated it is accepting Insarag classified USAR teams only. As we speak now, the situation is continuing and the official death toll now stands at 250. These are government figures. The electricity, water and gas are all cut. Fires are still raging in several suburbs in the capital of Jakarta. Several of the major arterial roads are cut due to bridge collapse, making access in and around the city extremely difficult. Many reports now on the international channels are reporting 120,000 people displaced and an estimate of 20,000 injured, with 3,500 to 4,000 people potentially still missing.
I will show you. No cooking, gas. No, nobody cooking. Everybody have problems with the help you cook. Yeah. Let's get in.
Are we ready for the rescue team? We need you to stay up here so that you can help our rescue team when they turn up.
The command crew has changed over about 10 minutes ago. Today we're here as participation as part of the 2013 Insarag external reclassification exercise for the AUS1, Australian Urban Search and Rescue Task Force. We're utilising the site of the Queensland Combined Emergency Services Academy, and that's a realistic training venue that's been set up to replicate and simulate a number of buildings that have been involved in an earthquake scenario, and it gives a real life expectation of what the crews will be exposed and experienced with, and it's a very good training ground. It's also a good skills maintenance ground for our personnel on a daily basis, as opposed to these annual exercises or reaccreditation events. They're doing a fantastic job. It's a challenging circumstances any time. We're very keen to demonstrate that we've been able to make major gains and improvements in our capability and our development and how we're structured and how we operate.
Well, look, we're just working our way through the building there, trying to locate people and rescue where we can. The Bravo Task Force here, we've got 10 all up. We have included in that we have a canine search dog and a paramedic.
Our team's had a very good day. Extreme amount of devastation out there, as you could appreciate.
The scenario is at a collapsed hotel. Possibly have up to 16 persons still missing trapped inside the building. It had about 16 rooms. I believe 8 of them didn't get evacuated, and up to 2 people in each room are still missing. We've actually had the dog K9 squad have gone over the top of it. They've picked up 2 positive hits, and we have 1 unconfirmed hit there as well. So at the moment we're just looking at getting our equipment set up, getting the full team in here. We're going to do some technical search, so we'll use our life detector to run acoustic sound across the top and see if we can pick up more on this unconfirmed hit. And we've just currently found out a good breach point, so we're just trying to get some of the gear in here. We've got to cut some poles out of the way, we've got to remove a big concrete column, we've got to cut through a metal lid, we believe, to work down into a void.
We're here on behalf of the International Search and Rescue Advisory Group. It's a totally apolitical group that's comprised of disaster responders from around the world. It falls under the umbrella of the United Nations in Geneva, of the Office of Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. So along the lines of what we call Insarag, which is our abbreviation for it, we strive to do the best we can for the victims that might be trapped after a sudden onset disaster, particularly seen during an earthquake, if you will. And Australia is very fortunate to have 2 teams, one in Queensland here and also in New South Wales. And we're here now reclassifying Queensland's USAR team, our Urban Search and Rescue team. And what that means is that every 5 years, a team that a country puts up for international deployment needs to meet the minimum standards established by the United Nations through the Insarag community. Working with Queensland, we found them to be an extremely well-prepared team. It's definitely one of the best designed exercises I've ever seen. They have one of the best training sites that I've seen anywhere in the world. And it's very fitting for the caliber of people that they have on their team. It's a very challenging site, as you can imagine. It has to go for 36 hours and involves 75 people, including search dogs, engineers, doctors, along with the rescuers. So it's a very intricate, orchestrated movement, if you will, type thing. But it's been a distinct pleasure for us from around the world to be here, to not only represent the Insarag community, but also to work very closely with our friends and peers here in Queensland.